All right, my people, welcome to another new week. Some more TSW for you, just in case, you haven't had enough of it yet. Let's get that sorted out. There we go. Yeah, that's cool, I think. Yeah. A lot of wool. I need to do something here. Like LWD Adnan, or something. Or if I'm gonna be a real glazer for TSW, then I don't know, man, the TSW6 logo or something. Anything to just prevent the space being white. Right, pop some pills and we'll get on with it. Third rails was acting a little bit funny, but I've managed to have that sorted out. There we go. Nice and perfect. There's another map I was using, but I don't remember what it was. Nilvinus, good morning, my man. How are you doing? Good to see you. There was something else that I used, and I forgot what it is. Some sort of map. I forgot. The only other game that I know I use a map in, when I was playing it, was Simro. And I also need to get that software. Hello, Dan. How you doing, mate? Good to see ya. We are going to Cardiff to continue our pacer playthrough. Also, low-key, before I even do that, there's something I want to do. Let me do it on timetable mode, because I want to update my route annotations. I've started to use modded route annotations rather than relying on the developer of the mod, which, as much as I like to be rigid, I must admit it wasn't the best idea, basically, because one guy's not going to know every single detail of every single route in the game, but when multiple heads come together, that's when greatness is achieved. So yeah, 1 week holiday. Nice one, Nilvinus, man. Nice one. I had 1 week off work as well. Well, it basically just means I had one weekend, but my man, yeah, it was good. doing a weekend like a normal person, it was good, to be completely honest. Right, let's go here. Overlay. There's a lot of noises going on. It's very loud. Imports, and then let's go to downloads. Oh. before I go to my downloads folder, let me not because I have anything to hide, of course. Not because I have anything to hide. Oh, wrong picture, wrong background picture. Oh no. Oh, actually, it's okay. You can see there's nothing to hide there. Right, so we do Leipzig, Dresden there, and import that. Overwrite it, so that we don't double up on overlays. Don't double up on like text and stuff, information that comes up. And then we go back to the main menu, go to Bernina line, and do the same thing there. So that when the time does come to play these routes, whether it be on a requester route stream, whether it be on my journey mode completionist series, all the information will be there. And I think it just makes for better route learning when I can pinpoint specific names of like sidings and stations and I don't know, canals. And I think it makes things a bit more entertaining for you guys as well, to kind of just see where we're going past. It was something I dearly missed in Tracing Classic, and I mentioned it as well. Overwrite. That's it. That's all I wanted to do. And now we can get cracking. Got a busy week of streaming this week. Busy week. And I've been feeling this morning there's a particular flu that is trying. And I'm like, listen, not this week. Not this week. You are not going to kill me this week. So we're pressing on, and it will not have its way. Right. Cardiff, please. We have got so many routes, man. Like the game's doing okay. The game's not doing too badly, right? So we've killed all of these, so we've only got this one to go. And honestly, we could genuinely finish all of this today. And then I believe we go to the West Coast main line, which is actually something I'm looking forward to. Not gonna lie. Hello, ASR. Can I tell you a little secret? But you can't tell anybody. I'm going to tell you a little secret, ASR, between you and I. No one else is listening right now. It's just you and I. It's actually 92 mods, but 100 plus has a punch to it. But 92, 100, yeah, you know, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. No one's worried about it, you know? It's all good, man. It's all good. Right. Let's get you sorted out then. As much as I've been frustrated at Dovetail's handling of this route, I must say, it's actually not been a terrible experience playing through the journey mode. Yo, I'm not waiting a minute and a half. Sorry, let's get cracking on. We need that. Time is going. Are we just here sitting around? What are we doing here? Like, just circle jerking? 11-11, baby. I finally have grown what you could call beard, but mate, I'm so tempted to shave it off. Well, I have been led to believe over the course of many years from different sources, Dan, that the way to, stimulate beard growth is by shaving. Oh my god. Am I still on? Whoa. Oh my god. I was so certain I'd gone back to 1x. What was that about? Just boosted. Anyway. Yeah, I've been led to believe that shaving, even when you don't have the beard, like just shaving like the skin on your face every now and again, would stimulate beard growth. Why are the tracks funny here? Is this like by design? Is it just like the balance is a bit messy? No, there's no balance. Sorry, sleepers. There's no sleepers here. Okay. I mean, what mod could that be? If that was down to a mod, what the hell mod could that be? Anyway, it's given me like ships at sea vibes when the texture has just disappeared. Clickbait is crazy. It's not crazy, bro. There's a saying, a very famous saying, ASR, that you've heard me say a few times, and I'm sure you've heard it from others in your lifetime. It goes like this: the game is the game, and content on YouTube and Twitch, it's a game, man. I'm telling you, it's a game. Fun fact: Simrel CEO has 2.2 hours of playtime in TSW6. My disappointment is unmeasurable and my day is ruined. Well, I'm pretty sure there's a reasonable explanation. Now, can I tell you what that reasonable explanation is? No. Can I be bothered to tell you what it is? No. I'm just pretty sure there's a reasonable explanation for it. Maybe it's just a marketing account, you know? And then the real Simrel CEO account, because maybe that's just a facade, and then the real Simrel CEO account is hidden away in an account you would least expect. You should call me Mr. Liar, Dan. Call me Mr. Bends the Truth a little bit. I wouldn't mind that. Rails do float like that. I mean, yeah, sure, man. You know, maybe in Simrel or somewhere in Spain. I don't know. Now that we're talking about clickbait, why don't you all Click that follow button on social media Discord. Thank you, Dan. Like tell him. It's a good question. Why don't they all click the like button? Why don't they all follow? Why don't they all subscribe? Also, I need to change the tiers. I thought of some names. For Twitch sub tiers. Where's my notes? Where's my notes? I've written down a bunch of ideas yesterday. Planned a whole lot. So level 1, I'm gonna call ads be gone, because that's really why you subscribe at level 1. It's not actually for any other reason other than you're sick of ads. Then level 2 is supporter, because now it's like, okay, you've gone beyond just clearing ads. Now you're actually like, yo, I'm with you. And then level 3 is Wang Dang Sung certified. I think those are more appropriate. I need to think of like images to go with them, but I've got some ideas that I'm toying with. No, you know what, Dan? You are, mate. And I never ask of you because, you know, it's a bit cheeky of me, isn't it? I'm not exactly paying you for anything, but you're more than welcome to, let's say, develop your craft or expand your horizons. You know, these are red signal. Yeah, this is a Cardiff red signal event. Now, is this a real red signal or not? I'm starting to doubt it. I thought at the beginning maybe it's real. I don't believe it anymore, because what could be the possible reason for us being stood here? So I'm going to fast forward time and see what happens. I don't believe there's a reason for this this red signal. Oh, there is. Now, what's the logic of me sitting here for about 20 minutes for that train to go past? Now, why can't I either just depart after that train goes past, or, seeing as there's plenty of time between us, let me go through onto my platform, do my thing, and I promise you, by the time we've picked up our passengers and we're ready to go, that train wouldn't even have been here yet. The dispatching logic is interesting at times, to say the least. What experience did you have at Opochno Povodny? See, the fact that I still remember the pronunciations, it tells you that I have hope. Subconsciously, consciously, I have hope. And January's around the corner now. It could be next week's schedule that has some sprinkles of Cimmerel. Who knows? I'm not making any promises. Who knows? Yes! Exclamation mark Moser. But it only really works if I'm playing a game where I'm driving with the wheel. But then it also doesn't really work because nobody can see the wheel because of the angle I use. And so I need to have like a camera from like behind me where you can clearly see the wheel and the screen, but it means you're not gonna see me because I've wrapped up my webcam and I've thrown it in my box of goodies. So I'm only really working with one camera at the moment. Mr. Carter. Mr. Carter, and now, am I able to shout you out? How does it work? Is a shout out feature something that I need to like manually fix, or can I just like shout people out and then that's it? Is it slash shout out? Oh yeah, it is. Darren, I should make you a mod. I should make you a mod, shouldn't I? There we go. Yes. Go give Carter a follow. Actually, like he's an actual good streamer. Like I'll come here and I'll do my thing, and then I'll it is what it is, you know. But this guy's a streamer. This guy streams. When we're talking about driving trains, he drives trains. When we're talking about being the TMO ambassador, he's the ambassador. I came into Opochno Povodny with 30 minutes of delay. left the portion of Povodny with 37 minutes of delay. I mean, it just sounds like the average Pendolino experience, to be honest with you. I don't know what train it was, what sort of service it was, but it does just sound like your average Pendolino experience, to be honest with you. Why are we still here? There's no way we're still here. Where's that train? Where's that there's a train behind. Oh, excuse me. What are we doing here? What are we actually doing here? Stop. Just stop for a second, man. Just pause. There's a traffic jam. There's a traffic jam. What are we doing? Who's behind you? No one. I'm sure a train will pull up eventually. What are we doing here? Look at all this smoke. Oh my god. He's waiting, I'm sure. So we've got a traffic jam here. Signals are not moving. I'm going to keep that on 4x speed. Go over to the station. Our platform is empty. This guy's going away. So what is preventing us from going to our platform? I'm waiting. He's waiting. She's waiting. Huh? What platform am I going to? Platform 7. Okay, but now this train's coming to platform 7. So we had a train go this way from platform 7, and now we had a train come back in to platform 7. Good for you, mate. You can keep moving. Ah, it's lucky you, innit? I'm still on 4x speed, by the way. Time is moving at 4x speed. And there's no progress. I mean, what was the expectation here, realistically? Like, what was the actual expectation here? Can you move? Is this platform 7? It can't be platform 7. It is platform 7. It's 7A. Where's 7B? Oh, it's probably further on, isn't it? 7A. 7A. 7B. Okay. Bro, can you move so that I can come into the platform, please? Or do I need to just delete this train? Why is it coming from this side? He's a railwork streamer. I mean, going off recent activities, yeah, the news reports are that Carter has transitioned. Armstrong Powerhouse Ambassador. You know what? I don't even blame him. I saw another ambassador's video yesterday where he spent 150 quid on Armstrong Powerhouse products. And you know what? It's kind of insane, but the stuff really is just quality. So it's like, okay, if we're going to spend however much we're going to spend on TSW content, realistically, it's not all that insane to pay the money that, you know, the Armstrong Powerhouse charges. So are we finally going to move now? Can you imagine, again, I always choose this example when I find myself in these situations. Imagine you're on console, or imagine you're a player who plays the vanilla version of the game. You don't like to use any mods whatsoever. In these sort of situations, when do you call it quit? When you've waited like a real half an hour, a real 45 minutes? That's just ridiculous. And all this task is to just bloody get to the platform and uncouple. That's all it is. But it's just not changing. Third rails are giving me errors when using TSC. How can I fix that? Do you remember when I told you that, Carter? I don't know, man. It's annoying because I would love to have it for TSC, and I think low-key sometimes it may work even better with TSC in terms of like just to experience. But yeah, I you know, all my TSC stuff is legit, and third rails obviously is legit, and it just gives me errors. I believe I installed everything correctly. You could try running as admin. That was something I didn't try. So maybe if you run as admin, it may it may help, possibly. I can't say for sure, but it's worth a try. Not gonna waste my time here, am I? I mean, we've actually wasted enough time already. So if that was the game's intention, I mean, fair play. SZ and Cardiff. At least with an SZ, we could have got moving. You know, even with maybe a slow speed, but at least there would have been some progress, some action. Oh, it's all bollocks, ASR. Easy way out, mate. Skip the whole thing. Carry on with my day. Time is money, you know? Pandolino, Bot Dispatcher had a moment. Bot Dispatcher always has a moment. Wasn't that literally what we were talking about the last time I streamed? About Bot Dispatcher having a moment. How long did it take for a moderator to get involved? Because I would not have had the patience, I don't think. I would have probably thought I'd be better off dealing with it myself. Two minutes. It's like... Man. I'll keep it to myself. But I'm still looking forward to January, to the release on console, to the update. And I'm really hoping, man. Look at these guys to my right walking with umbrellas. I'm really, really hoping that this is like a turning point for Simra. I really do, man. Because it just sucks that the game is there with the potential it has and nothing's being done about it. Completely clear blue skies. Why are people walking around with umbrellas? Where have they gone? I know what I saw. Oh, this is so cringe. I like my puns, but this is just cringe. These are leaks. What floor sign? Leaks. You know? That's upset me a little bit. What the hell's happened here? It's not even necessarily like bad. It's just yeah. I think that GIF explains it all, man. To be honest. Let's get moving then. I think, honestly, within an hour and a half, we should be done all of the Cardiff stuff. I'm looking forward to a change in scenery. Yeah, honestly, man. Although, this is technically a river route. So I think they're the ones to blame. I don't really know what DCG puns are like, to be honest. Like, they'll throw in a cheeky something here, a cheeky something there, but I don't know if they have a track record of either good or bad. When you say everything, Dan, when you say everything, have you explored every single, like, branch, storyline, or dialogue, or... Because I'm inclined to believe you. You have put in a ridiculous amount of hours into that game. And you are, like, the go-to guy for anything Kingdom Come Deliverance related. But I just feel like the game has such a wide spectrum of variables that I almost do wonder, is it even completely possible to explore every single thing? I have confirmation of how the servers will be after DLC 2 release. Full map servers will be a thing. I mean, I've always wanted that, but during the first weeks of the DLC 2 release, they're thinking of still not confirmed of making a few servers with a Titan-packed timetable. Why? What's the point? What's the point? Why not spend time from now and before working on the full servers? They did all the upgrades and bolstered up their servers for this very reason. So what's the point now in going backwards? I don't understand. If they do that, I'm not gonna play. I'm not gonna play if they do that, bro. I'll wait until they merge the full map. I created storylines that you weren't even made aware of. Huh. And I'm assuming that includes all DLCs as well, right?
The next stop is Grangetown.
That's wild. To add more capacities. To add more capacity to VOD area with a big influx of players. Why though? Are we talking on console? Or are we talking on PC, or are we talking on both? Because if it's going to affect PC, then what's the point? Like, the game's been out, all the areas have been available for a while now. There would be no reason to cause a big influx for a big influx of players to go anywhere. And the last map release didn't really like hit like that. So what's giving them the confidence? I do wonder. How are we late? I've been on the limit since we left. We're talking about when the map DLC releases. Yes, I know. That's why I said when the last map DLC released, I don't recall there being that like crazy of a wave of players. Last time most servers had 100% usage on DLC areas. Yes, naturally people are going to flock towards the new area, of course. Everyone wants to see what's new and experience it and whatever. But we're talking a small handful of players. The players are already playing. And maybe there'll be maybe 30% more, 40% more players. Which 30%, 40% of what's already there is still not very much. They're moving like this is gonna be some massive hit. And they're going to have thousands of players flocking to the game. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Simro is not that type of game at the moment. Hence why I'm wondering what's giving them that confidence. Just under 16 days in the game. See, when you put it like that, Dan, it gets a bit worrying, isn't it? When you put your playtime into days, it's one of the worst things to do. Every time I've done that, it's made me really reevaluate what am I doing with my life. Probably a big catalyst for me streaming as well, among other reasons. I just thought there's no way I could be spending this many hours of my life and I'm just confined to me, myself, and I, not having a positive impact on the world, not having a positive impact on anybody else. I'm just locked away. You can set the cruise control in a way that sets the Roadrunner with it, and when the Roadrunner reaches 0. That is very sick. That's actually very, very, very sick. So you legit have to do nothing, basically, other than keep an eye on the signals and your stations. Will it be used for both passenger and freight, or will it be a passenger only unit? Also, my Ebula and Tintin should be working now.
The next station stop is Dingle Road.
80 Soviet Loco. Okay, that I didn't know. That's impressive. That's definitely impressive. I do like the Roadrunner feature. Did it have the Roadrunner sound as well, or is it just a feature? I was watching IC Lokführer's video that he uploaded recently, driving the ICE from Frankfurt main station to Frankfurt Flughafen, I think, and he used it there. It's just a cool little thing to see in action, man. I don't understand how we're like just behind schedule. Is it expected? Even if my stops were perfect. Also, to be honest, I don't recognize this branch. Dingle Road. I mean, if where do you live, lads? Dingle Road. Oh yeah, come meet me on Dingle Road. I mean, there's it's got to be a better name they could have come up with, you know? Dingle Road. Halt. Whoa. Cars flung me up. Hello, Mark. This is the Cardiff commuter. Cardiff City commuter, whatever it was called. The Cardiff route, basically. Probably should have paid some attention to the gradient. Oh, criminal! I haven't done my destination. We've got a long way to go as well.
Next stop is Penarth, where this service ends.
No, I remembered it right at the very end, and I didn't even do the one at the back. Sorry, it could just be a skill issue from my side, but I'm struggling to... It also has the Roadrunner by itself, but it's a light as, and I quote the devs, one more sound out of all the sounds the Loco makes will really make you realize it's off. So it doesn't do the beep beep. Is that what you mean? I think mainly freight and some passenger services, as they showed some liveries. Okay. It doesn't do the beep beep. Okay. So with that method that people were using to get the branded liveries to show up, do people know yet whether it could work for this one? It's just modifying deliveries in games are definitely. If someone has to make deliveries, such. Someone has to make deliveries. Oh, I thought they were like in the game by the devs, in case of like licensing, but somebody managed to unlock it. You know how like in the Great Western Express on here, there was the first livery, but it never got like officially released, but someone found a way to unlock it. What really annoys me sometimes is when a journey mode will have many different runs, all in the same, they all take place on the same date. I don't quite understand what's the point. It feels a bit lazy. Because when I'm using the real weather mod, it's very likely the weather is going to be the same over and over and over again. I wonder whether the smoke really does react to the wind, because it looks like it sometimes, but I wonder if it's just some trickery. I think they have the proper license liveries, but it's not in the game files. Really interesting. Okay. It's only the April the 4th. I think this is, if I'm not mistaken, June the 9th or June the 19th or something. Oh, 6th of June. 6th of June 2019. Like, I saw it elsewhere as well. Birmingham to Crewe. Oh my god. Birmingham to Crewe is even worse, because at least with this, there's been some variation, but it's been mostly the same date. On Birmingham to Crewe, every single run is on the same date. Every single one. And yeah, if we're playing the game, I guess like the default way,
We will shortly be
dynamic
rising
weather is
up.
going to be throwing all sorts of different weather at you, so that you'll feel like you're actually having a different experience. But if you're doing it realistically, it's going to be monotonous, man. And already the route's not the most exciting route in the game, even with all the hype pre-release. No, but usually though, ASR, there'll be a decent amount of variation. Different months, seasons even. And it allows you to experience a wide range of different weather scenarios. Whereas this is just a bit, ugh. I mean, that aside, and to be honest as well, I don't think the core route journey mode has this issue. This is specifically the Just Trains one, which is even more disappointing considering their reputation. But as I've always said, the core route itself, I was a fan of. I still am a fan of. It wasn't to a lot of people's taste, but I enjoyed it. It was short, but I can't explain it because usually I'm not a fan of short routes. So I don't know whether it was the fact that this route has a ton of, okay, not a ton, but it's got a few branches so that the gameplay felt more fresh than it otherwise would have. Maybe that was it. I liked the variation. You had the Great Western Express services and the Transport for Wales services, which were, you know, the 150, the 153, enjoyable to drive. Naturally, some 66 action. We end the year with TSW 6 and start with TSC. Rough. It's not rough. It's just a coincidence. It's not like I've made a stance and said I'm done with TSW. Not that we haven't been there before. It's just not the case this time around. But it's a fresh lease of life for TSC. I think I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a bit of a pain in the butt not being able to get like actually good content for it. But I think I can. I'm more than happy to make do with what's available. I was gonna make a coffee and I thought, you know what, I feel okay. I won't start the stream with one, but maybe I'll make one if I feel tired. I had about somewhere between 3 and 4 hours of sleep. I woke up at like 2 in the morning to use the bathroom. Like maybe it was more like 2:30 in the morning. And I couldn't go back to bed. I was awake from 2000. I was just there. 2:30 in the morning until about 5:30. I wasn't too hot, I wasn't too cold, I wasn't in any sort of discomfort. But now that I feel like I might have a serious flu coming, I wonder if it was that doing something to my system in the background. Amanda, hello, how are you? I don't know why I said it like that. How are you? 9 viewers are only me speaking. People like to kick back KSR. That's me, I'm not gonna lie. If I'm not on Carter's stream or on D's or Ali's, bro, I'm a silent creeper, I'm not gonna lie. I am the biggest lurker of them all. Because I like the content. I'm not so fast. Like back when, like during lockdown, yeah, I was very involved in like talking to the streamers and stuff, but now I'm happy to just let the streamers do their thing. And yeah, just enjoy like the video itself, if that makes sense. I know it's not really how Twitch is meant to work, right? But it's because I know I don't have like specific people that I will go and watch. So I know if I find somebody to watch, what I usually do is go to my Twitch homepage on my phone and just scroll until I find something that looks interesting. So I know I'm not gonna watch that person again. So there's no to build a relationship of some sort, just to never speak to the person again. It's not really something I'm interested in. We are polite and give you all the room to chat. Yeah. Oh God. You know what, Carter? Listen, I've been saying this for such a long time. To be fair, I have gotten better at just doing things alone. But I used to have a big problem where if people in the chat didn't talk, I wouldn't talk. My thing was I would bounce off chat. So like someone in the chat could say one sentence and then I could go for about half an hour, you know? And I could build off that. I had the foundation to go off. But if it's just me and the chat is silent, Oh, it would be. I don't know. Like I'd say some things here and there, but I don't know. I'll just be playing for the most part, just my face on screen. But I think I've done well. I think that's I guess one positive out of the quiet season we've had this past year or so on the streams. It's that it's developed me a little bit in terms of being the face and trying at least to entertain, even when there's not much going on. So you know what? Talk away. You're more than welcome to. But I also feel like if we're not talking about a specific topic, okay, for example, let's say I'm playing Call of Duty. Let's say I'm playing Warzone or Red Tech or any one of those games. There's constantly things happening to commentate on. Oh, what's this person doing? What's this person? Oh, what's that? Should I pick up this? Should I pick up that? It's just an endless, oh, where's the storm moving? Oh, is a person. You get, and just from that you can build. Oh, in a train sim, like the content itself is relaxing, it's chill. Like it doesn't really warrant yapping. And I think it's a niche where I can be quiet, you guys can be quiet, and we're still both having a great time. I'm glad the whole route isn't chalked. I was low-key thinking, okay, I've added a few mods before I started the stream. What if they had anything to do with like the sleepers disappearing, the signals bugging out? So I'm glad that the last couple of runs have been working A-okay. No, Dan, don't fall for the propaganda. I've always been good at reading chat. It was a rumor that just grew and grew and grew and grew. I'm good on my longest train journey was from Los Angeles to Miami. I'm having to hold myself real hard to not sing Will Smith's lyrics via Chicago and NYC. And how long did that take, Amanda? I don't want to get affiliated on Twitch because I don't want to spend 1 hour every month filling income tax for €2. Huh. No comment. No comment. I will say though, Carter, you're a very good host. I can. Your tone is always soothing. You always have things to say, sensible things, and I think that's reflected in chat. I think you have a very positive chat. A very your chat's constantly moving. From the little I've seen, and I think that reflects yourself as a host. Hey, yes, I was gonna say I'm glazing Carter. I am. There are some people worthy of a glaze. Carter is worthy of a glaze. Any plans to stream today, Carter? And then we had a long talk on how laziness compares between the Netherlands and Spain. Laziness between, like culture-wise. What is the laziness like for both of those countries? Because I've never considered it. No, he is goated ASR, absolutely. Karda, as someone who is like naturally quiet, my whole childhood was me in rooms of many people, friends or family, everyone chat, and I'm just sitting there. I have nothing to say. I never had anything to say. And everyone's like, oh, say something. Are you okay? What's wrong? You're not talking. I just don't have anything to say. I'm good. I'm cool. To this day, by the way, it happened a few days ago again. I just don't talk. I just don't talk. I think I don't want to talk for the sake of talking. I don't like talking for the sake of talking. Sometimes there needs to be a catalyst. That's fine. But if that then leads to a valuable conversation where what I'm saying is adding value to you, what you're saying is adding value to me, then that's fine. But if we're just going to be talking for the sake of talking, it was better to be quiet. And I also found that being the nerdy nerd I was, what a lot of people spoke about, I just didn't know anything about. Let's take school, for example. I was... So, my era in secondary school was and being in London, Call of Duty and FIFA. Now, Call of Duty wasn't a genre I was into. I was more Need for Speed and Gran Turismo. So I could never engage in those conversations, and they were like daily. And even if I did have COD, I wasn't allowed to play on the weekdays. So, you know, everyone would come and talk about what happened last night and the group games they had and I can't join that conversation, you know. And then FIFA, I was in and out of FIFA. I was a bit hot and cold. I was never like a proper footy head. And even when I would play FIFA, I would be very limited in how in depth I would go into researching the players and, you know, just certain things. So, and again, even if I was playing FIFA properly, I wasn't playing it daily. I'm playing 2 days a week, max. So, even the conversations that I was around, I can't even partake even if I wanted to, because I don't know what the heck you guys are talking about. And then there's the fact that I've always been a bit introverted as well, so I've always been very happy in my own place. Now, growing up, I spoke to myself a lot. I can talk to myself like out loud. I'll be just doing my own thing and I'm just talking to myself and I'm having full-blown conversations. And I can talk and talk and talk and talk. But about stuff that makes sense to me, that interests me. And I always preferred my own space, my own zone, my own mind space than mingling with others. Like I've been when I used to go clubbing and partying, I would be in a club, I would be in a party, legit packed venues, and I'm by myself and I'm happy. I've got my little drink and I'm in the corner, I'm enjoying the music and I'm happy and I don't want no one to bother me. That was legit just myself. So I was never a yapper. Although I do have the gift of yapping in certain situations. Oh my god, I went through about like 3 or 4 years where when I opened my gob and I intended to waffle and talk rubbish, oh my god, I could go on and on and on and on. That's the only time I've been super outspoken. And then I also talk a lot when I've had some alcohol, but that's it. I talk a lot when I've had alcohol, but that's it. I don't even drink anymore anyway, so that's irrelevant itself. You can have the dumbest and most unhinged title and have 25 people watching. No, that's no card is to go. I don't think you understand. Bro came back from not streaming for like months, and I think like he had like 30 plus concurrent viewers. I'll come back after a short break, and no one cares. I've forgotten about. I've seen this consistently. So there's goats, and then there's normal human beings. This is what you're seeing in chat right now is a goat. He doesn't get forgotten about. The people that know each player of each team and their stats. We're just tourists and just get my guy. When I'm telling you so and so player, he's moving from this team, and bro, it's a guy that's playing in some small club in Brazil or Serie B in Italy. Like, how do you even? And look, they won't just know the players. They'll know where they've come from, the clubs that they've come from. They know which foot, right foot or left foot. They'll know like their highlights of their career. And then in the game, they'll know like, oh, he's 26 rated this, and he's 89 rated pace, and whatever and whatever. What the time and effort invested? Nah, man. I can't force that. I can't force it, man. I couldn't force it. There were brief moments in time when I tried, you know. At that age, you want to be involved in stuff, you know. I just could never force it though, man. My brain just struggles to switch off sometimes, and then when it's quiet, it's just like, speak then. Thinking that when you're quiet and everything is okay. And someone goes, what's wrong? Oh my god, bro. And it's like, okay, I'm cool. You told them you're cool, everything's good, there's no problem. And they push a bit more, and a bit more, and a bit more. And it's like, what are you doing? I'm good. Like, I'm not being mysterious here, or I'm not being emotional. I'm good. I'm good. I'm just in thought. My brain does not stop moving. But I do appreciate it when you tell someone, no, I'm cool, and they accept that. There's no hero complex to contend with. UK ASR? Bro, there have been that I can remember. I can't tell you dates and whatever, but I remember taking like some weeks off, and I'll come back. I'll come back, and for maybe half an hour, somewhere between half an hour and an hour, there'll be nobody in chat. I don't look at the numbers, so maybe there's people watching, but there's nobody in chat. And then later on, 1 or 2 people will come that I'm familiar with. But it takes about 2 or 3 streams for things to start picking up. It's something I've noticed. It's happened multiple times. And this is even if I put it on the Discord, like, yo, I'm streaming. I'm streaming on such and such day. But to be fair, it's like you've been very, very consistent the past, like, at least the past 3 weeks. Now you know what, Dan? Listen, I had to take out some like an hour or so, and just purge my Discord. Because for so long, I kept joining more and more servers, and I just couldn't be bothered to turn the notifications off. And then I got angry, and then just deaded everything to do with Discord on my phone. But then I realized it was a bad idea. So then I started working through them and purging the ones I didn't need, even leaving entire. I left like 20 servers. But then, whether it was to do with my phone, whether it was to do with Discord, I've got no idea. But what happened after I switched off all the notifications, and even though I then turned them back on my phone, I wouldn't get notifications. I wouldn't get notifications at all. And I've turned them on my phone. I've turned them on in Discord. I just wouldn't get notifications. And then, like a month after, I would get some here and there. Like Nabil was dealing with it the worst, because he'd be like messaging me on Discord, on DMs, and I just wouldn't reply to him because I just wouldn't see the messages. But then there are other times when I would see them instantly. My phone's telling me instantly, yo, there's a message. And now it seems to have sorted itself out. Although it's not perfect, it still has times where I'll get a bunch of notifications all at once come through of things that have happened over the last couple of days, which is a little bit annoying, to be fair. And I'm inclined to think it's a Discord problem, because I don't have any issues like that on like with any other app on my phone. But 2 years ago, I think, on my previous phone that I'm using as a webcam, which I need to charge, I did go through it with WhatsApp, and that was the worst, because WhatsApp was my main method of communication, and I was having multiple chats happen in a day. And technology is technology, right? It's always going to be imperfect in one way or another. Bubbles on your home screen. What bubbles are you referring to? Are you talking like Discord on or like desktop or mobile? Right, we're getting there, boys. This is going to be about an hour. Okay, this is quite long as well. A 40-minute one. It's a 40, 20. That's an hour. That's let's push it to 2 hours, 2.5. Okay. I'm not so confident we're gonna get done through all of them today, but I'm gonna try. Oh, I mean, I never had an issue with them. Like, for example, do you mean like, for example, how you can choose between how much information is shown on like your lock screen, for example, compared to when you unlock your phone? I always have like just the basic notifications on my lock screen. And then the more in-depth one, I unlock my phone, because I'm not having no one digging up in my business. Pick up my phone and they see all that's going on. If you have 6 messages, you have a bubble next to the app icon. Oh, are you an iPhone? I'm a Samsung guy. I don't think we have that. Oh no, we used to. I don't see it anymore. But maybe I don't really have like multiple chats. Like, my phone doesn't pop off like it used to. I don't talk to people. Yeah, I'm going just through like my WhatsApp. There's not a single person here aside from my wife that I talk to on a regular basis. Not a single person. Just my wife. And then Insta and TikTok is her again and Nabil. And that's literally it. That is literally it. I need to experiment how good or bad the quality will be on my like when I upload, for example, something to TikTok or Instagram from my phone. So far, it actually hasn't been too bad. The issue is my camera is amazing, but then it's Instagram and TikTok and YouTube that will mess things up. Whereas with an iPhone, the quality is consistent. So one big reason I wanted to get an iPhone before I got my current phone was for content, like taking pictures, recording videos and stuff. And now that there's going to be more real life content coming, I'm going to need a camera that can do the job. So I'm hoping that my one will be fine. It should be. The actual resolution is solid. Like the 4K is just 4K. It's crisp. I think more sort of tends to be the issue are the colors and how they come out. But there's a setting that I can use to record where I forgot the name of it, but it's like when you record with like really, really almost neutral and dull colors, and then you just color correct on like Premiere Pro or whatever other video editing software you use. So I recorded my my building a gaming PC video, which nobody has watched, but it's got like 10 views on it. But it was actually quite a good video. The raw file had quite dull colours, but then the final video was nice and all the colours were popping. There are some videos in the archives that I just don't know how they flopped. I feel like that's quite an interesting and cool video, building my gaming PC. Very different to what I'd normally do. And then there's like a mod guide for ETS2 and ATS on like how to install you know, like how I play with like 50 to 100 different map mods. I basically made a guide, like a complete guide on where to source the mods from, the order to put them in, and it was very concise as well. It wasn't a long video at all, but it just didn't do any numbers. And usually, my how-tos do quite well. Like out of my top 10 most viewed videos, how-tos dominate that list. Why is the CCTV placed at like chest level? Is it meant to catch people's feet? Like it's just pointing over here. Are these still running about today? Does anyone know? I think I need to make more of an effort in 2026 to explore the railway. I've been saying it for years, but I think I need to start like local first, and then branch out from there. One second, peeps. This is very good news. Ah! Why is there no timetable? It says lock doors, but... Or is it when I lock the doors, then it will give me the time before I get to the next station? Oops. Pacer incoming. Pacers galore. Fantastic. Glory to God. Exit to the left in Cardiff Central. Yes. It always seems to be the case. Always seems to be the case. Nilvinus, what are your thoughts on Simrel coming to consoles? Will it revive the game? Will it bring the game back to life? Carda, when will you go into Simrel? Have you actually ever played it? I've never seen you play it before. Oof, I'm not gonna lie. Personally, there will be... I think there will be some trouble if it's not cross-platform. Yeah, the CD163 is an old school loco. My personal prediction is that the first month will be good. You know, maybe there's a lot of people that have been waiting to try Simrel, but they don't have a PC, and so they'll come on, they'll try it. But I think after 1 month, it will be very quiet, very quiet. Now maybe the new loco can help with that. Maybe the updates that's coming can help with that. But I worry that not a lot will change, to be honest. But I hope I'm wrong. If the update is, really good and brings in a lot of features and makes the game feel a bit fresh, alongside with cross-platform servers, I think that would be promising. That would be very promising. And I hope that would be the case, man, because I want to play it, but my bless me. Bless me. My problem with Simrel, aside from some in-game things that I don't like, is it's meant to be for me it's a multiplayer game. Yes, it does have single player, I know, but it's a multiplayer game. So when I go to play and I see 3 people online, 3 drivers and 2 dispatchers, it doesn't give you I don't feel motivated. And then even if I did want to just play around with the bots, I have to deal with the sunset bug, where it's permanently sunset during the night, which is a big problem for me. especially because I love the night. The night lighting. I was saying before the bug came that Simrail had the best night lighting I personally have ever seen in a game. It was gorgeous. I love driving in the night, but then the sunset bug has ruined it, as well as the issue of that they said that they will fix now of the foliage just looking the same. Sorry, the foliage just looking the same everywhere. So if those two weren't a problem, I think I could be okay playing with just bots. But when those are a problem, and then there's not really many players to interact with, it kills it a little bit, man. Yeah, it will be. I mean, is it possible now to do? Because I know you can play with a controller now. Although I wasn't a big fan of it. Like, I much prefer playing this with a controller than Simro. I got to understand the controls, and they seem to be. They made sense for the most part. But I don't know. I just prefer the keyboard, to be honest. So I hope they've made it quite simple, because I feel like, not to hate on console players, but I feel like console players like simplicity. Even the fact that they are on console, it's for the simplicity.
The next stop is Greenstone.
And so if they have overcomplicated it, or just made it, just difficult for no reason, I don't think players are going to be interested. I also hope that they've implemented keyboard and mouse compatibility. For some reason, TSW had it on consoles and then stopped for some reason. Well, I think a keyboard and mouse would still work if you're on console playing this, but official compatibility is now gone. Strange. 200% more events on the console servers, and none of them are planned. None of them are planned. It's just everyone on console is all very confused and wreaking havoc. The thing is, this is Simrail's best time to be on console, because a big issue right now with this game, which is the train sim, probably the only train sim available on console, man, there's issues with performance, there's issues with blurry textures. People are frustrated that every year there's a new release and they have to download everything again. Like, if Simrail can smash it out of the park straight away and solidify themselves as people's number one choice on console, then I think that's another reason to have confidence in them. Ah, the twins. Mysterious twins with their clothes clipping and the bag floating. Let's ignore the passengers walking on the tracks and flying in the air, and let's instead make sure that they're wearing caps. And bright ginger hair. Ah, I love the out of bounds mod. Although, no. I thought there was an invisible wall somewhere, but alas, it was me being a bot. 1836. What is this building? Oh, there's a little petrol station over here with grass. It looks like a post-apocalyptic scene. I know it's got nothing to do with like driving the train. You can't even see it from the train, but it is an interesting choice. These things would always confuse me because the things that would be inside would like rise and then go back down. And I'd be so confused because I always thought they were solid. And when I was younger, one of my routes to school via bus would go past a place that had like a couple of those. And sometimes the thing would be there and sometimes it wouldn't. And I'll be so confused. I'm like, what have they done with it? Did they like deconstruct it? But then why would they do that just to put it back up every day? I didn't understand it. And then I learned later on that they actually go up and down. I don't remember what they're filled with though. Gas? Oh, also Cardo, I don't know if you're here still, but at Cardiff Central, where you saw the Pacers driving over the bridge, I found that very cool. I found it very cool because I always wonder like where the GWE services go. Sorry, GWR services go, because I know they go underneath the bridge, but it's just my imagination for the rest of it. And it was cool that you were doing that particular route. I didn't even notice until you got there. Just like a BP station of that license. It did. It properly did. I mean, I'm sure that's what it was, to be honest. I mean, it's such a nice moment to watch. It was genuinely so cool, man. Genuinely so cool. Just like a completely different perspective, but like it was unexpected. Like I saw that you were going to Cardiff, but I didn't really put two and two together. And yeah, man, it was nice. I think at some point, you know, I'll see how long I keep playing TSC for. If truly I stick with it, I think at some point I need to make the decision to start building my Armstrong powerhouse. What's the word? Building my... It's gone out of my head. What's the word? My collection. Jesus Christ. My collection. Interesting. So I downloaded it and I ran the installer, and for some reason, now I found this very weird. For some reason, it wanted me to close the main Adobe software. It's called Creative Cloud software, something like that. I don't know what it had to do with that program. And when I said, okay, yeah, you can close that program so that you can install, it was trying, and then it couldn't do it, which I'm not surprised about. Adobe's usually very stubborn if you want to mess with Adobe on a PC, it can be very, very stubborn. So I'm not surprised it didn't work. So because it couldn't do what it needed to do, that required it closing the Adobe software, it installed the rest of the package, but when I tried to run it, I got an error code. And although I don't specifically know exactly that was the reason, it would make sense that would be the reason. So I think I need to try and install it again. I need to manually close Creative Cloud myself and then try and run the installer again. I just found it strange that it wants Creative Cloud to be closed, whereby I can't imagine the connection between the two. You know what? I asked ChatGPT. What other tools are there similar to TS tools, and it knew what I was talking about, and it gave me a bunch of different things, none of which that were really helpful, to be honest. I was expecting it to just give me the name of the other software or maybe some other things. It wasn't helpful at all. So I don't know whether that software is gone somehow, or it's just hidden away somewhere. Maybe I need to just go on YouTube and just search, how to swap trains out in Train Sim Classic, and then maybe someone in the video will be using that software, and then that's how I can find out the name of it. There are ways that I can try that I haven't tried
where
yet.
this service ends.
But it was just interesting that it seemed a lot more difficult than it should have to find. I actually do own an AP pack. I bought it maybe 4 years ago, 5 years ago. It's the 377 and 375, I think, pack. And I had an issue where when I wanted to use that train, I couldn't get it to move. So I had played with it before, and it was fine. Then I didn't play the game for a while. Pardon me. And then I came back to the game, tried to play with that content. I mean, it's an Electro Star. It's not difficult. It's not difficult to move. But I couldn't get it moving. I searched the manual and I followed what the manual said. I still couldn't get it moving. So I don't know whether it was a bug with the scenario by any chance. It was one that I found on the Steam Workshop. I don't know whether I was being incompetent somehow, but I just could not get it to move. So I'd like to try it again. I also need to explore some more UK content. So I've got like the Great Eastern Main Line. I've got London to Waterloo, which to be fair I have played a little bit of. I have settled to Carlisle. Like I've got quite a few UK routes that I think I would enjoy. See, my problem is, maybe it's a problem, maybe it's not. But my thing is, like you're seeing with what I'm doing here, I always have in my head there has to be a structure, an organization, a way to do things. So for this, I'll play the journey mode. I'll start from the new routes and go back. The journey modes, I'll play them in the chapter in order. I'll do the services in order, unless I'm restricted by something like time, for example. I just operate like that. I have to do things in that way. So, although I've got all of those routes that I do want to play and explore, and that might make me more likely to buy into some UK, well, AP only has UK stuff, so explore stuff that might make me more likely to buy some more AP things. I have to play in order the routes that I have, and right now there's a bunch of German routes, and there's some US stuff in there, but I don't know exactly where they're throwing in. But that is also the reason why there are some DLCs on this game that I've never touched, and some that I've only played because they were requested in a Request a Route stream. It annoys me that I have that thing. It's not. I'm not gonna call it OCD. I think OCD is a lot more of a serious mental disorder, but it's not far from it either. Maybe it's like a branch of OCD. I don't know. But I've always had that tendency ever since I was a kid. Not just with gaming, but with just the way I would like fold my clothes or put my clothes away. The way I would. I just had a routine for everything. or almost everything. And I'd be very upset if something caused that routine to break. I really hope in 2026 the routes that come out for this game allow us to use layers, to actually drive layers in the journey mode. I can understand why it's not the case. Maybe because, oh, not everyone might have a particular DLC. Okay, so why not just like prevent, like lock
Fucked
a
up.
particular chapter of the journey mode away so that they can't access it, and then it will unlock once they have that DLC. Sometimes the solution just seems too easy, and I do wonder whether I'm being sensible or not. Floating island making its appearance behind the clouds. I like the look of the fence on the right, the black fence. It's done very well. I know that's like a random thing to pay attention to detail to, but I can almost feel it. Like we have those fences everywhere. Try not to trigger
We
TPWS.
will shortly be arriving at Cathay.
I think it's as expensive as it is due to how dear the train is. I think especially for the age range of people who have the disposable income to spend on it. They very much value and love the Pacer. Although it was a terrible train from everything I hear to like ride on. I think it's one of the UK's not favourites, but it has a special place in people's hearts. I remember when it was first coming to TSW, it had a very positive reception. Again, even though the comfort was zero, non-existent. There's somewhere outside of London where you can actually go and drive one, which I've always found very cool. There's honestly a lot of experiences that I need to go into. Not a great stop. Cardiff Central is quite grand. It has very distinct. If you've ever seen real pictures of it taken at night time or in the evening, it's very yellow, which was a mistake that they made on this route in the beginning, and then they had to fix it, which was quite poor because everyone that knew the station instantly started making noise about it. But hey, at least they sorted it out now, so now it's a lot more yellowy. But yeah, it's also similar to, in a way, it reminds me a little bit of Crew Station, Preston Station, where they just have a sense of grandeur about them, like the canopies, the design. There's no like great structure, but I think overall it has a nice look to it. And you can tell it's been here for a while. No, I'll be doing the West Coast Main Line in a class 20. There was a new variant of it that came with the nuclear DLC, and that's probably what I'll be running. The DLC also added services for the West Coast Main Line over Shap, the older one. I think I've still got some runs to do there as well. Those are with the class 47, I believe, if I remember correctly. So yeah, should be a mix between modern day with a class 20 and then some classic old school. Talking of old school, I've never seen these here. Some old school of the 45. A couple rail tours. Just chilling. Nice. I've never seen these here before. And I have done so many services. Although, this is what the journey mode. Once upon a time, the core of the journey mode was that it gives you a specific experience. They handpick services from the timetable for the journey mode, and that means that you would see a lot of rail tours, a lot of like steam services on like modern routes, steam rail tours. You would see a lot of unique situations, and I just feel like in the last maybe 2 years or so, they just grab what they can from the timetable, put it in 4 or 5 chapters, and then that's it. That's the journey mode. So yeah, that was a nice reminder of times past in more ways than one. Oh, the current route is just, in terms of like mainline, I don't know what mainline this route like coincides with. I know the focus of it is local branch lines. More leaks. Yeah, the focus of it is very much just local services. I really wish there was a way to automate the announcements on here. I'll be doing okay with them, and then I'll go 3 or 4 stations just completely forgetting about them before I remember again. Good to see it's not raining though. That's a breath of fresh air.
We will shortly be arriving at Kogan, where this service ends.
I also hope in 2026 that we don't see any more locked doors instruction to end services. The annoying thing is, it exists in the game. There are several instances where you don't need to close the door to end the service. But the whole, you know, some features we'll see, some features we won't see, randomly, sporadically, is just a TSW pattern at this point. Right, 10 more services to do. See how negative they wanted to make this journey mode. They wanted to put us directly into a thunderstorm. I'm not even going to try and pronounce these names. What is happening with the sounds? I'm glad I've got a chance to properly stretch the legs of the pacer. Blackpool branches came at a time when I wasn't really playing much TSW. So I had the route, but I didn't really do much with it. That was when the height of the pacer was in full swing. So I'm glad that I was able to take this opportunity to have a proper go at it. I think the only way to really get a sense of the charm of this train is to just have experienced it in reality from everything I've heard.
The next station stop is Grangetown.
What the hell? How tall is like the hitbox for this wall? Goodness me. Hey, hello Jackson. How you doing, boss man? Hope you had a great Christmas period. Hope you're recovering well as well. The Blackpool route was a bit shortish. Because I've only played it a handful of times, like literally, I think I've played it less than 5 times in total with the Pacer. I always still had that freshness about it. But I've heard I've heard that point before, to be honest. So I think, yeah, there is an issue with it being short, but with it being as detailed as it is, both in assets, foliage, as well as services and just different types of liveries, I think I'm okay with that. I think I'm okay with that. Quality over quantity, always. Always. Why can't you sub? Because of the mobile phone thing? Oh, right, on your other account. Have you tried to contact Twitch to resolve that issue? They are working on... Yes, they are working on another route. I forgot the bloody name of it. If you check their blog, they have a website where they update, where they upload their blogs and the work that's going on and stuff. You can see it there. I think it's... I don't remember the route. I don't remember the route, but I know that it has the 86, I think, as like the main train. But I can't for the life of me remember the name of the route itself. That's ridiculous, Jackson, man. If you can prove your identity, it seems pretty basic to sort out, you know? Where's the articles? Like, they're working on a new... Oh, there you go. Carlisle to Whitehaven. And they're working on a 108 for it. My Christmas was good, Jackson, man. Honestly, I can't complain, bro. Spent time with family, had some good food, drank some good drink. Good stuff. Can't complain. Health wise has been a bit up and down. Shaky. But yeah, man, other than that, good to be honest. How is yours? What's planned for the new year? A lot. A lot. I won't share anything right now, but a lot. Lie in the evening? What do you mean? Why is it crazy, ASR? I'm gonna come back to pro mods in January. Thank you very much, Tiger Gamer, for the follow. Appreciate you. Oh, like actually New Year's. I'm gonna be in church, my friend. Always in church for New Year's. Well, not always, of course, but since that became a part of my life. But isn't that a good thing, ASR, if they've made changes to the worst places? I'm sure those changes are good changes, right? Welcome to the channel, Tiger Gamer. You're welcome to join the Discord as well, mate. Be part of the community. I saw that they made some changes to the UK as well. As I had a very quick look at the changelog, but I did see they added some town somewhere in the UK, and they rebuilt some dual carriageway. It was in Cornwall. It was a place I've never heard of before, I'll be honest. Cornwall was nice though. It was nice. Been there. Went there in 21. Pretty sure it's 2021. It wasn't great weather, but I was able to still appreciate the views and just the area in general, man. It was nice. And I think the biggest sort of plus of the whole journey was that I was out of London for a bit. I'm doing very well, thank you, Tiger. I'm doing very well, my man. How are you doing? No church on Christmas, no. Unless the only time I've been to church on Christmas was when Christmas fell on a Sunday. But even then, I didn't. No, I didn't go. There was church, but I didn't go because I had no way of getting there.
The next stop is Kitty.
All looking good on stream today, ASR. No funny business with the frame rate. Looks good to me. I still need to get a GPU though. I need to get a GPU for my streaming PC. Just a 1660 Ti would do. Nothing crazy. Or I would hope so anyway. That's going off ChatGPT's recommendation. But it makes sense, so. Because I remember I used to like record and stream with a 1080 back in the day. And everything was fine. Ooh, special travel plans. Not at the moment, no. Not at the moment. Not at the moment. There could be for sure. But not at the moment, no. My Christmas was great, thank you, Tiger. My Christmas was great, mate. Spent time with family. Got to just, kick back, rest for a bit. As I said before, eat some good food, drink some good drink. Yeah, man. Be in good company. I think that was a good Christmas. Got some decent Christmas gifts as well, to be fair. I like my scents. I got a couple. Got some new clothes. I don't even know what the Zugspitze is. I'm assuming it's some sort of mountain. What dense? No like special brands. I got one like fairly basic eau de toilette, but it smelled quite nice. Didn't really recognize the brand too tough. And then I got an eau de parfum, which was closer to like an oud in its smell. I think it was like a vanilla and tobacco mix, but it smelled amazing. Again, I don't think it was like a big brand. Top of Germany. I will see. With newborn twins, we can only try. We can only try. Oh my god, my voice. Germany is definitely still on my like go-to list for sure. 100%. This year may be a little bit tough though. No, you're good. You're good. This year might be tough for a few reasons. For a few reasons. But it's somewhere that I've been wanting to go for maybe like 5 years now, 5-6 years. I'll be at different places anyway, but nonetheless, still Germany. Oh, there is somewhere we were meant to go. We were planning to go. I don't know if that's going to work out going out anymore.
We will shortly be arriving at Bata.
Honestly, it's probably more likely, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. I think it's very likely there's more of a chance that you'll come to London before I go anywhere. My brakes aren't really doing much here. It came on at the end there. Yeah, you know what? I'm a firm believer in if it wasn't meant to be, it wasn't meant to be. So I'm not even mad about that. And for sure, when it does happen, it will be a much better time than it would have been. You know, if it did happen this year. Really, Dan? Did you not enjoy going around the world? Or you're more of a chill person, sort of just stay at home, stay local, relax? I guess it's good to have under your belt, like just those experiences. You can say, oh yeah, boy, I've been to China, I've been to the Netherlands, I've been here, I've been there. I don't think a lot of people in Ireland can say they've been to China. I just don't feel like it's a destination many Irish people choose to go. So it makes you one of a unique few. But there's a chance that you'll be going to China again next year, right? If I remember correctly. Or was that just the Netherlands? How's the diving stuff going, Jackson? Are you still on it? Japan. Japan's a good shout. Always. It's always a good shout. Can't go wrong with Japan, man. Pretty sure I said this before, but of all the people that I know who have been to Japan, not one has come back with a bad report about it. Oh, Netherlands is fully booked. You know what? I think that's a good way to kick off your year, bro. That's a good way to kick off your year, man. The sea for a dive. I might have to look into that. Just the fact that it's in Iceland is crazy enough. Spring, summer, or winter, it's in Iceland. But you have your suits, isn't it? So cold shouldn't be too much of a problem. Silfra still doesn't ring any bells. After this, which we've just finished, nine more runs. A bunch of short ones, but there is a 40-minute one within within there. You know what's interesting? We haven't done a single night run throughout this whole journey mode. I'm pretty sure, unless I've forgotten. And if we have done some, they've been very, very few and far in between, which I'm actually not mad about. But now that that's the case, I do kind of miss, a night run here and there. Like per chapter, if there was maybe 2 or 3, I think that would be fine. 2 or 3 per chapter. We're going to Iceland, Norway, and Japan. Yeah, Iceland and Norway are bangers as well. Iceland, and just go see the Aurora Borealis there. Norway, pretty sure you can see it from there as well. But yeah, anywhere in the Nordics would be pretty cool as well. So we've got 19-minute, 13. Okay, we've got 2 long ones actually, a 40-minute and a 39-minute. But then after that, 21 minutes and then 5. I don't know if we'll finish all of them today. If we don't, then we'll be mighty close. It'll be mighty close. It's like a big gap between these 2 tectonic plates. Oh, sick. So you'd be diving like right through. Look, I mentioned a night run. They gave me a night run. That's actually so sick, Jackson. What's my favorite route in the game, Tiger? With all the layers active, which I have, thankfully. Honestly, mate, Southeastern High Speed. Which I know a lot of people might say is a bore fest because, it's all EMUs and plastic toys and whatever. But being someone who's born in the era that I'm born in, that's kind of that's what attracts me. That's what attracts me. So, yeah, with all the layers, like it has to be with all the layers. It can't be like the default or anything else but all the layers, because that's what makes it the best route in the game for me personally. And there are many others that come close. Like I'm not being, I don't know, delusional or whatever. But man, it's good. It's good. I like it. Why are both number 2 cams? Okay. Cameras are confused. It's not reading like the other carriage. Or the other 2 coaches, sorry. Just being a bit weird. As always. There's a part where you can touch both of the plates at the same time. In the end, it's just rocks, but I thought it was sick. I mean, yes, in the end, it's just rocks, but so are like meteorites. Meteorites are just rocks, okay? But they've come from flipping space. Like, yes, tectonic plates are just rocks, but it's the Earth split. That's insane. That's so sick to be able to say that you've done that. What about you, Tiger? What's your favorite route in the game? I got to put you on the spot as well, right? I can go anywhere in Europe, Middle East, and Africa. I've heard some crazy about Africa. You don't want to go there, so that's Europe I want to stay away from. I mean, for Africa, I can vouch for Morocco. Although, use wisdom. I mean, maybe I'm impartial to my missus, but Sierra Leone's pretty cool as well, from what I've heard. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm with Jackson on that one. ASR. That's a sick way to go. Squeeze between Earth's cheeks. Why not? They try it, Dan, but you can resist. You can resist, and they'll just let you go. Mrs. ASR.
The next stop is Bandar.
But yes. Very smooth stop. You bought Subway Sim 2. How have you been finding it? Play 2 shifts on every vehicle and I was boring. I mean, you knew that already. Because that's what you said about me playing it. I remember some months ago you said that exact same thing. But with like the random events, to be honest, and with the, what's it called, Akolok DLC, there's some variety there. There's some freshness. Yes, she is ASR. But that's why I keep making a point, Jackson, of the game needing freshness. Whether they open up modding the way like TSC has, for example, just in terms of people creating their own routes, or whatever, however they want to do that. The game needs content, and it needs it fast. Otherwise, it'll become very stale. I've realized this last decade of gaming is cutthroat, man. I will always use Simra as an example. Simra was a banger, but it very quickly became stale. Subway Sim 2 was very excited when it came out. With all the performance issues, I don't even want to give it a chance. Talking of performance issues, this is what I wanted to ask Sammy, but he's yet to come on the stream. How does it perform on PlayStation? Because no matter what I do, seemingly on PC, it's horrible. It runs horribly. I don't think you'd have to go that far, Dan, but I would say go for it, man. Go for it. Don't get third boss. Don't get third boss, bro. Don't do that to yourself. See, I'm one that will usually just advise and let you do your own thing. My guy, don't get third boss, bro. Don't get third boss. Don't get third boss, man. It's a bad game, bro. Performance is incredible. But then I need to do some research on what settings they're using. Because performance is certainly not incredible on PC. I mean, if you really wanna try Fernbus yourself, bro, go for it. Tell that to Carter. See, listen, there's people that play it and they enjoy it, right? But I don't know what you're looking for. If you're looking for a coach simulation, don't play it. If you're looking for a coach game, then it's worth a try. But depending on your expectations, get it or don't get it. CTS, I'm not a CTS player myself. I know Nabil had some experience with it. Carter has some experience with it. He seemed to enjoy it at the time that he was playing it. But I can't speak on it myself. Not even a slight stutter on normal PS5. Yeah, like I said, I need to do some research, because from the time I'm using DLSS settings on medium on my rig, which is not a slouch, and it's going down into the 30s, there's a big problem with it. A big problem. And the only reason I've really stepped away from the game is because of the performance issues. And if I don't see an update that mentions optimizations for performance, I won't touch it. I would have been happy to buy the DLC and, you know, play it somewhat often, but not like this. Absolutely not buy Tourist Bus Simulator. Listen, if you thought that Fernbus couldn't get worse, they went and made a brother for it. But hey, if you really want to try yourself, Jackson, give it a go, man. Maybe you'll enjoy it. Maybe you'll enjoy it. The thing is, I need to remember you're on console. So, I mean, hey, you're on console. Coach's DLC is coming out soon for Euro Truck Simulator 2. Euro Truck Simulator 2 is soon to come out for console. So, and I can tell you already that will be an experience that's at least 10 times better. You can't play the flight sim in return for that. What do you mean? I've reinstalled Flight Sim. I've played it a little bit. But I've sort of done myself a little bit because where's the time I have to play it? With my schedule. ASR, Omzi, it's the same reason. I'm not playing it for the same reason I'm not playing Subway Sim 2 Performance. It doesn't run well. Nabil and I did a completely fresh reinstall with no mods, no add-ons. No mods, no like third-party stuff, just core DLCs. And I was still stuttering a lot. And it just completely ruins the experience. There's no point in playing when a game's running like hot garbage.
The next station stop is Cardiff Queen Street.
$100 megabit per second should be plenty for MSFS. Can't sign any flags for hours and doesn't start. I don't know how different the downloading situation is. But I know on PC it takes a while. Even with my gigabit connection, it still took me best part of like almost an hour. I had the 4 gigabyte patch ASR. I had my settings optimized. Not my first rodeo, you know. Ships at leaded Solder Sea. I mean, I still have it installed. You know, I still want to give it a chance, but you know, there's no denying that that is a huge problem. A huge problem. Like, if I do play it again, we'd have to start a new profile. There's no coming back. Thankfully, we didn't make a lot of progress. But wow. Oh yeah, bro, loading the game for downloading the game, installing the game for the first time, Jackson. It's like 180 gig or something. So just have a look, like, specifically on your console. Wait, are you not on PlayStation? MSFS is playable on PlayStation? Wait, are you in MSFS 2024? I'm referring to 2020. I don't have 2024. 2024 is all cloud, yeah. Yeah, 2024 is all cloud. I've only got 2020. Yeah, I would get 2024 if I really find myself getting into flying. Then I'll get 2024. But right now, there's no point. Home, home. It's evil that you guys have got that in my head. Yeah, we'll do some research on it, Jackson. Specific to your console and whatever. I'm sure there's a reason. 100 megabit is plenty, man. 100 megabit is plenty. Let's not be silly. There's no way it would need more than that. Like, of course, there's a lot of things going on, but come on. It's a game and it's 2025. Maybe in 2035, there'll be some crazy requirements. But for now, I think we're good. We're okay. I'm yawning, but I don't feel tired. Like, I need to make a coffee tired. It's like my body maybe internally is tired. My brain feels cool. Nice to see a route where passengers actually get onto the trains. Rare sighting, honestly, bro. That's the thing. For me to appreciate that, it's something that doesn't happen often. Imagine that in a train sim. How different is it really from the sea textures disappearing and ships at sea? It's like that's what the whole game is about, you know? Really though, bro? Because TSW doesn't have working platform monitors. It doesn't have working in-cab monitors. It doesn't have working mirrors at the end of platforms. It doesn't have random events. It doesn't have passengers that can get stuck in the door and delay you. It doesn't have passengers that all leave at the last station. Subway Sim 2 has all of those. But maybe it's because they're German routes. Maybe if there was like some UK subway equivalent routes. Maybe you're just sick of German content. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. Oh, I shouldn't have opened the doors, or should I have opened the doors? I shouldn't have opened the doors. Ah, uncoupling. Mate, I don't know how to uncouple. I don't know how to uncouple these trains. Like, I've done it via click on here, but I don't think... Oh. Okay, that's not gonna move. Okay. I think I might need to come here. This all got stuck last time. I don't know how to uncouple. Okay, if I couple them back up. Are they coupled back up? I can't interact with them now. If you couple manually, it bugs out. I don't know, I've bugged it out. It's happened before. See, the thing is, if the training modules did their job, they would teach you how to uncouple, for example, especially if it was part of the required operations for you to do. But instead we have open the doors and coasting as a method. So you never actually learn what you need to do. Okay, I think we'll do this 13-minute one and then the 41-minute one and call it there. I need to make that a sound alert at this point, ASR. Not sure why I haven't done so already. It's got the same vibe as TSW coming, multiplayer coming to TSW. Are you talking about the new one? The more modern one, Jackson, or the old one? The new one. You absolutely hate it. Why? Because of the safety systems? I mean, that was the only way it was going to come into the game. I don't mind them personally. As somebody who always plays with safety systems on anyway, doesn't really make a difference to me. But I can understand why people are upset about it. Because a lot of people are upset about it. But other than that, okay, aside from that though, it's quite a good DLC. Nicely detailed, nice branches, hairless services. It's definitely one of the better DLCs. Yeah, it can get annoying, but I mean, if you're trying to play realistically, it is what it is, isn't it? It's like playing a Formula 1 game. I mean, at least in Formula 1, you can still you can still change it. But if you want to play Formula 1 realistically, there's no traction control. So if you're just going to floor it every single time, all you're going to be doing is spinning around. And see, that's why you're weird, because how do you prefer those ones to the Axes ones? Those are from a nightmare, man. The German alerts are from a nightmare. I mean, whether it's every 5 seconds or not, it depends on where you are, isn't it? I do have to say though, my least favorite safety system is the US ones. Like even on Morristown, there was a lot that I just didn't understand it, and I guess that's part of it as well, not understanding. But then again, training module should train you, you know. But it didn't make sense. Like a lot of the safety systems, they kind of make sense. You can work them out. With this one, there didn't seem to be any working out. And what finally works didn't really make much sense to me. Like how harsh you have to brake before like the alerter goes quiet, or just there's just a lot of weirdness, man. A lot of weirdness in
The next stop is
US safety systems. Not to mention all the weirdness in their signaling systems as well. Just so overcomplicated. Yeah, and then the trains just piling up. It's just it's a bit of a mess, man. Oh my god, I'm hitting my mic. I hope that's not coming through. I mean, like, the funny thing is they have all of these safety systems and all these noises and all these protocols, and yet there are 18-year-olds stealing a train every other night. So, what's the point? What's the point in doing all of that? What are you preventing exactly? All the time, bro. All the time. It's ridiculous. I saw one recently where they actually like crashed a train. It was like it wasn't a big one, but they bumped into the train in front that was actually in service. The fact that that can even happen, and there's no system on board to like apply the emergency brakes, that's insane. But yet they wanted to be so super strict on how it was implemented in TSW. Jokers, man. Not even of screwdrivers. Some of them, well, all the ones that I've seen actually have master keys. I don't know where they get them from, but they have the right master keys. They just put it in, turn it, just like as if they're actual employees themselves. Like, how can it be that easy to get your hands on them? Although, I'll be honest, half of the reason it's not happening here in London is because people just don't know how easy it is to get the keys that you need. They are very available, very, very available. And I assume that's the same issue in the US, but people have found out. But at the same time, we also have very, like, efficient and optimized safety systems as well. And every single train is seen and tracked at all times. I don't even know if any of the American trains have like are tracked from like a main headquarters or dispatch spot or whatever. But in London, every single train is tracked. Every single one. So if one starts misbehaving and acting weird, it will raise alarm bells instantly. Bro, if you know how to drive the train, just go and apply for the job. If you really want to do it so badly, apply for the job, get paid for it. You don't have to worry about getting arrested. But I don't know, man. Something different about the US and the it's a whole different brain length. I mean that's how it should be. But I don't know what they're doing in the US. I don't know what sort of system they have there. They treat the trains like, I don't know, like trucks. To be honest, from what I've heard, even the trucks are stricter than trains. And this thing's been going on for years, and they haven't thought to themselves, okay, maybe we should upgrade our trains, or at least not the whole train, but at least the relevant areas inside the cab to prevent people doing this. They've done nothing about it. The thing's been happening for years. We won't even go into the topic of train surfers. At this point, one has to ask themselves the question: when will this problem start affecting freight trains? Because these guys are gonna want to expand. They're gonna get bored of these EMUs, these boring EMUs at some point. Ricardo. I mean, lateness is just part of the Deutsche Bahn system, isn't it? If Deutsche Bahn were on time, it wouldn't be Deutsche Bahn. From what I've heard, anyway. Just speculation, you know. Surfing is pretty common here as well. No way. That's insane. That could not run here, bro. Surfing ICE. What the hell? That's just a death wish, man. None of that would run here. None of that runs here.
The next stop is Penard, where this service ends.
I mean, to be fair, that must be a hell of an experience for them. I hear it, but what a stupid way to go. You know, if it goes wrong. What a stupid way to go. And like all the deaths that have happened from people like surfing in New York. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's sad, but I can't feel sorry for them, man. It's just so dumb. So dumb. I mean, from the little education that I've had, Ricardo, that's enough to give you a good kick up the bollocks. It's definitely something that will wake you up. Hello, Holy Trucker. How you doing, mate? Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you as well. How you been? Ain't seen you in a while. Hope you've been keeping well. I know time zones don't exactly line up, but hopefully with my double streaming schedule this week, that should help things. Right, let's do the last one for today, which is this one. So then on Wednesday, because tomorrow's going to be request a route. Come with your requests tomorrow, don't forget. 11 a.m. GMT. So then Wednesday, we'll just have to do from here down, which is around an hour. And then we move to West Coast Main Line. West Coast Main Line South. That's how he got his position as Simmer ambassador. I wonder how a train driver would know where, like, what his destination board looks like when to stop. I'm assuming maybe he lifts this and there's like a mirror of some sort. be nice to have something like that in the game. Been busy at Fun Flight Sim 2024 and helicopters and VR. Just been flying in VR helicopters and also the amazing career mode and flight sim. So great to play. Been taking hours and really, Holy Truck, I didn't take you for a flight simming guy. Is it something you've always been interested in, or have you just recently picked it up for the first time? And yeah, man, 90% of my flight sim experience has been in VR, and it's just, you really feel like you're just you're just high up above the world, and it's very peaceful. It's very, very peaceful in the air. I have very, very fond memories of VR and flight sim. Els, dog one dog.
The next station stop is Whitchurch.
I learned I could buy the entire world of flight sim and buy any plane and helicopter. Go anywhere. It will always be a very cool thing that, yeah, you have access to the whole world. I mean, that's why you should get a PC and get good, Jackson. That's it. Get a PC and get good. So what if RAM costs 4,000 euros? Get good, man. Get your money up, not your funny up. Rawr. Don't panic, train. It's under control. AR-15 is cheaper than RAM now. Well, if you put two brain cells together, then you can use one to get the other. Profit. Don't let nobody stop you. No one stop your dreams.
We will shortly be arriving at Rubina.
I could do a little something to nibble on. I miss my cheeselets. I need a new box of cheeselets. That was some good nibbling content. If you have been enjoying the stream, please do consider following, liking, subscribing, becoming a member, all of that good stuff. Consider joining the Discord as well and being part of our community. You'll find the weekly schedule on Discord. You'll find any giveaway information and exclusive content for subscribers and members. There is many different topics of discussion. It's a great place to be. And you can get notifications for surprise and random streams that aren't on the schedule as well. Last thing about for TSW is Birmingham Crew and that's what he tastes. Oh, that's not a good one to end on, you know. I'll be honest, that's not a great one to end on. And I haven't bought anything since TSW so far. Saved like $120. Yeah. That's valid. I forgot about that, Jackson. I'm not even gonna lie, boss. I could have had that set up by now.
The next stop is Birch Grove.
Remind me next Wednesday. You know what? I really wanted to get Flight Sim 2024 because of the career mode. But it came out and it was just like littered with bugs, and it was just a downgrade when it first came out on MSFS 2020. So that was partly the reason why I didn't touch it. And then another part of the reason is during my playtime on MSFS 2020 with my controller, I didn't have a good time. And so I feel like in order to have a proper blast with it, I need to have some flight sim peripherals. So those are the two big reasons why I haven't got my hands on 2024. And a bigger dilemma than that is that I can't really invest in flight sim peripherals until I've invested properly in my racing rig, because that's my priority. So, but like I said, if some peripherals just happen to land in my lap, then that could change the trajectory of things very quickly. I mean, Game Pass is good if you play a range of different games, and I mean, yeah, if you play a range of different games, maybe you're on the move a lot as well. I'll never forget playing some like PC games on my phone when I had a Game Pass trial. I couldn't believe it. It was incredible.
The next station stop is T-Glass.
So yeah, Game Pass definitely has many pluses, but I would always prefer to own my games than not. Because, you know, life has many seasons. Like, for example, with the Crew Motorfest, I had that on release via Ubisoft Connect, so wherever their equivalent is called of Game Pass. And I had it for a few months, but then I couldn't afford to pay for it anymore. So I lost my Assassin's Creed playthrough, I lost my Crew Motorfest playthrough, and to this day, some content from it. Whereby, when I bought it, any hardship I would have gone through since then wouldn't have stripped me of that particular bit of fun. So yeah, I'll always prefer ownership. But I definitely see the appeal when it comes to Game Pass. Not as much as before with all the limitations they've slapped on, but it's still a very good shout. Again, if for someone who changes games very often or is playing many games at the same time, you're on the move constantly, maybe you don't always have access to your PC, it's incredible. Epstein's fault? Maybe.
We will shortly be arriving at East Low Level.
Come on, get to 45. I'll start braking when I get to 45. There we go. I did not see a sign for 25. Once you get your pilot license, you can get the choice to do jobs. You can take people sites and deliver repaired aircraft to people. Take some skydivers up too. Oh, I didn't know about that last one. I wanted to do cargo missions. I think I was just in my like Euro truck and American truck sim bag, but I want to do cargo missions. The problem is they're gonna be lengthy. They're gonna be long, and I don't know what the hell I'm gonna be doing while I'm waiting. I mean, if I'm streaming, it should be cool because I'll have you guys to talk to, right? But let's say I'm playing it in my own time. What the hell am I going to do with playing on autopilot for 3 or 4 hours? But anyway, that was what I was looking forward to doing specifically, was the cargo missions. Pull yourself out over the pond. Honestly. And it's annoying because for some reason I'm just attracted to like long distance flights. No autopilot. See, maybe that would keep me engaged. That would definitely keep me engaged. But I think it would get tiring. I think it's too much on the other side of the coin. I mean, it's the nature of flying. Like, realistically, if the intention is a flight sim, that is it. You know, that's literally it. It's like how you can do some train journeys on Train Sim Classic that are hours and hours and hours long. It's what you signed up for, really. Or a 24-hour race in sim racing. You can skip on a 30-40 minute mission. You do departure and arrival, can push Alt plus N to skip the tedious flight. But see, I wouldn't want to do that. And I know what I'm saying makes no sense. It's not adding up. Like, I'd want to do it properly. That's the dilemma. It's good that they have that feature, by the way. But if you're just going to skip the flights all the time, and all you're going to be doing is taking off and landing, they're kind of like, what's the point, you know? I mean, you'll never know, Jackson, because you can't get into the game. Maybe it could be your next addiction, but we'll never know. I wanted to fly helicopter when I was young, schoolboy. I don't know if I could do that. I fly helis and VR. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's good practice for real life. I know a lot of pilots use MSFS for just to keep themselves refreshed. It is what it is, Jackson. It is what it is. Excuse me. What is an eating pause? Oh, not even, you know, but I'm gonna try and find something to put together. But the only thing I know for certain is I'll eat after the next stream. I am a DCG ambassador at Holy Trucker now, yeah. Yeah, do it your way, man. Do it your way. Whatever way suits your contentment, whatever way suits your pockets. Absolutely. I try my best to advise people, like, before something's released. After I've tried it early, I'll release like a should you buy video. I'll stream the product and I'll ask people like whatever you want to see, let me know so I can show you. So I do what I can to make it as easy for you as possible to know whether you should buy something or not. But if you already have a plan in mind, stick to it. There's no financial gain from Dovetail themselves, Jackson, but there's what's the words? Exposure. There's exposure. There's a higher chance of like views increasing if I'm playing something early, which hasn't been the case so far, weirdly enough. But I think that speaks to the state of TSW more than anything at the moment. Yeah. But even for the UK content, Holy Trucker, still, be careful. Because it's not like the US content that's been coming out has been perfect, So, yeah, still be cautious. Watch out for like my streams that I'll do. I'll usually stream. The embargo for DLCs usually releases the day before. So before a DLC comes out, I'll stream it the day before. So from then, you can see the product, see it for yourself. And like I said, see whether you think it's worth it for yourself or not. And then also watch my should you buy video, where I'll go into a bit more depth perhaps. I don't know why the platforms are wet. There hasn't been any rain. I wonder if there was initially meant to be before the real weather mod kicked in. Are you off, Jackson? Hopefully see you later, mate. If not, then hopefully sometime this week. You have to buy TSW coins to be able to save up for your racing gear. Well, I don't buy TSW content. I get given it for free, so that helps out a lot. Host S4. I mean, how do you know how much I'm making, Holy Trucker, to know that I can save up quite quickly? Hopefully I can get to that point with all of these streams and all the videos that will be coming out. It would be nice to reinvest it all. Have some nice ET. We still got some way to go, Jackson. We've still got a few stops to go through. We'll finish closer to the 4-hour mark for the stream. At 5 p.m. GMT, there will be an ATS stream. All DLCs. It will be a convoy, so you're all welcome. But just know beforehand, I won't restrict the journeys because someone might not have a particular DLC. That should be fun. I don't use Duolingo now. Do you hear me? Have you ever heard me speak a different language? Maybe sometimes when I'm speaking super quickly, it sounds like another language. I don't even blame you for that one. But no, don't need Duolingo for that. Just a very quick brain that moves at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Really, Holy Trucker? Usually, Steam doesn't disappoint when it comes to like winter sales, summer sales. I mean, the summer sale especially, of course. That's like the staple of PC game sales. What is this scary thing that's just turned its lights on? Oh, a 37. That looks horrifying in the dark. Maybe I'm learning Indonesian. Nah. Only time I've really tried to learn another language, aside from school, was when I was trying to court a girl. I was trying to learn her mother tongue. I mean, I did go to like a school when I was younger for like Arabic studies, but I hated it. I couldn't get it. And I honestly don't know how I made it year after year. I want to speak Indonesian on stream. Well, I would, because I do have someone from Indonesia that sometimes stops by. He's a train driver there. So that would be a reason. Sinking my money into flights and market. Wicked deals on helicopters and planes up to 60% off. That's it about flights and stuff. Yeah, enjoy yourself, man. Enjoy yourself, Holy Jogger. That's what it's about, man. Sensibly, of course. But hey, if you've got it, you've got it. Why did you run then? Also, do you know I've never had Mexican food outside of like home, like homemade. I've never gone outside to have a burrito or empanada. Oh, you drove. A drunk Adnan. I've never been drunk on stream. I've drunk on stream, but I've never been drunk on stream. I've always been down for it, but no one's really like, you know, no one's ever showed like any interest in it. No, I'm a yapper, Dan, when I drink. I'm a proper yapper. Like, I have to go into like, I can't explain it, but when I'm like when I'm a bit waved, I have to go into like a manual mode in my brain to like have a sit down on myself and be like, okay, listen, shut up, just don't talk, just enjoy yourself, do a little bit here and there, keep it minimal, that's it. What do you mean another one? There hasn't been one in the first place for there to be another one. You're Irish, then. You're Irish. How else would it go?
The next station stop is White Cross Park.
Yeah, that was like that was like the one of 2 times that I can remember, Jackson, that I did it on stream. And then during a Lego one, I did a shot of Ray and Nephew that almost killed me. And I say that's all I remember. That was a good stream, that one. That was a good stream, I enjoyed that. I don't enjoy coming up to the station though. Jesus Christ. Out of sight, out of mind. I'm just not gonna look. Oh, I don't know when the doors are gonna have to close though. What do you mean look at it? I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice in the matter. I know we're almost at the end of the stream, but if you haven't shared it yet, share it. Spread the word. Spread the good word of LWD Adnan and Training Mod 6. Why are you being selfish? Why are you only enjoying it by yourself? I know you got family, you got friends, online, offline. Keeping me all to yourself. I can't be yours alone. Sorry. That was anything but a good stop, bro. You can't even... I didn't need to, like, see it to know it. What, there was a guy local to you that's going to sign for the NFL? That's crazy considering we don't really do NFL here. That's not really a thing.
The next stop is Fairwater.
Yeah, 130k a year is crazy at 22. Listen, the next at least 5 years of his life are gonna be incredible. It's gonna be a movie. I would hope the fella's got good discipline, but at 22, 130k a year, yeah, I know the type of life I would have been living. Let's not even beat around the bush. What the hell just happened with the physics? What just happened with the physics? Oh, holy chocolate. Bro, I'm not going to say I made the killing, yeah, but I sold so much. I sold it at market price. I didn't like try and do anything crazy. And a lot of them were only worth like, I mean, they were worth as little as like 2p. But then there were some things that were like £1 something here and there. I've sold so much. Honestly, thank you for bringing that to my attention, mate. Oh, yeah, that would make sense. That makes sense, Dan, yeah. I didn't think about that at all. I do, Jackson. I don't remember what he looks like, but I know that I don't look like him. I'm gonna search him up again. But I know I did search him up and I was like, how do I look like this guy? You know what's funny? I typed in Myron and then GAI. And then Myron gains girlfriend, Myron gains religion, Myron gains net worth, Myron gains height, Myron gains wife, Myron gains Islam. Comes up, but not a single one was just Myron gains for me to click on. I don't look like him, bro. I don't look like him. Like I can see the angle you're coming from, but I don't look like him. Dan, there's got to be a way that he breaks you guys off some bread, man. Oh, what's he gonna do with 830k a year all to himself? Tell him share. No, like I said, I can see where you're coming from. I do see the angle you're coming from, but no. But let's say, for example, you were looking across the room, and then you saw me, as you were looking across the room. You might have to double take just in case, you know. But beyond that. Dan, it's a bit. There's a bit of it for me. It's mainly the facial structure that's similar. It is a similar facial structure, which is a big part of a face and recognizing someone. So when I say I see the angle, it's literally the angles, right? Jawline, all of that. But everything else. Andrew Tate is just absurd. Andrew Tate is absurd. I don't look like Andrew Tate. You get me? You get me, Dan? Like, no, absolutely not. Jackson just sees what he wants to see. And I don't know what he's seeing right now, but I think he needs corrective surgery, whatever it's called. I think Flight Sim is the best experience videos offered on Play the Long Games. I agree, Holy Trucker. I'm not gonna lie. Euro Truck comes very close because you can feel the truck. You feel how big it is on the road, and it made me drive very differently to how I drive on a flat screen. So it's very close, but yeah, like I said, it hasn't even been that long I've spent on MSFS yet. It takes the crown for sure. No, you said it 10 months ago already. It doesn't make it any more valid. It doesn't make it any more correct because you've been saying it for as long as you have. I don't think Andrew would say all Byron Kanes are bad looking guys anyway. I just don't think there's enough similarities.
We will shortly be arriving at Rada, where this service ends.
You wouldn't see me in public and say, "Yo, Myron, I watch your podcast." You wouldn't do that. If that guy has any Moroccan in him, I will cut off my hoodie and eat it. At most, there are a couple of similarities. At most. I do not. What are you talking about, Dan? That's the worst one yet. That's the worst one yet. In what way, shape, or form do I look like Chadwick Boseman? That's ridiculous. Oh my god. Alright, I'm glad to be ending it there actually. before the comparisons get worse. I hope so, you know. I hope so, Dan. I hope that is what it is. Hello, Aaron. I haven't tried the route you suggested, no, because your links, when you post links on YouTube, I believe YouTube automatically blocks it, and I don't see it, like I said the other day. So I don't have a link to the route yet. And even if I did, you said that there's some things missing, right? So would there be like any point in me trying it if it wouldn't be the full experience? Right, I'm gonna send you to another TSW6 streamer teaching you how to drive. Or no, he's learning how to drive. That could be interesting. If you don't want to watch him, then don't watch him. But I'm happy to try and support people in the community. You're beyond tripping. You're tripping. You've completely fallen over, Jackson. You've completely fallen over, mate. To be fair, the guy's got 30 people watching him, so I mean, he should be good, right? Anyway, go show him some love. We'll be back in 2 hours and 10 minutes roughly with some American truck sim convoy. You're all welcome to join. And if I don't see you then hopefully I'll catch you again tomorrow for more Train Sim World with a request to route. Once again, come tomorrow with your requests. And until I see you guys next time, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, stay safe. Health is wealth. And until next time, peace out.